What's up, everyone? So I got a question today off social media, and generally I will just reply back and I'll type out an answer or whatever it is. But being a college teacher and just knowing how most people are and that we're all going through the same thing, I thought it would be more valuable to answer the question in the form of a video and then put it on my YouTube channel, because I found that we are all going through the same thing. Maybe on different situations, different details of the story are a little different, but we're all going through the same thing. So if one person has a question, everybody else does too. So here was the question. I'm kind of paraphrasing. I'm not like calling anybody out or anything, because I don't know if he wants his information out there. But he said he was a big fan of P90X, 22-minute hardcore. Thank you for that. He became a personal trainer. Awesome. Shortly after, he started filming for a YouTube channel. I'm kind of reading some of this. And he started to burn out his muscles. He had tendonitis of his short head of his biceps. He's going through rehab. It's very nerve-wracking not being able to do things like burpees and push-ups, especially if you're doing those types of programs. How do you stay motivated and push through when you have so much anxiety? So I think that the general topic here is more of, what do you do when you're hurt, like you're injured? Because it can be very, let's say, unmotivating. Like, it can wear us down, especially if you're a personal trainer. Like that's your field, that's your thing, man. And you study so hard correct form. And I think it's funny, because I think personal trainers, you could argue this one, are actually more apt to injury than other people. It's like, you might know, but personal trainers also like to push the limit a little bit more of what their body can do, what are they ready for, and they try crazier things. So we're, maybe more, I don't know, maybe less. But how do you push through when you have so much anxiety and you're hurt, and you're just probably feeling a little bit like beaten up, beaten down, because you can't do the things that you used to be able to do? And the best thing I can tell you, and this happens to me, my crew, the people that I work out with all the time, is I stay focused on what I can do, not what I can't do. And that was a major life revolution for me a while back, is changing that mindset of what can I do instead of what I can't do. I was always focused on what I can't do, like, did I not have enough money? Did I not have enough time? Did I not have the capabilities, the skills, the information, the education, the social network, whatever it was? I was always focused on, I don't have this, so I can't do this. Instead of just saying, hey, I've got this, I've got 2 arms, 2 legs, I've got breath, I've got a little bit of time, I've got a little bit of money, I've got this and that. What can I do with that? How can I take what I have and move to the next level? Because you can do something no matter what. We see videos of these amazing people that have been through horrific things in their lives, events in their lives, and they're still pushing through. So I think the first thing is just focus on what you can do, man. If you can't, use that one arm or both arms, whatever it is, then for you, it might be leg day for a while. But developing those skills, getting better, especially as a personal trainer, getting better at nutrition, right? I mean, everybody needs that, and really that's kind of the missing link of people getting their results is working through that nutrition. But focusing on what you can do, focus on your rehab movements. Those are moves that you can do to start, getting stronger. Now, the second part of this is motivation. And that's I kind of say the same rule for motivation all the time. And it was kind of a phrase that I first heard by a buddy of mine, Derek. He said momentum leads to motivation. Motivation, in the more I'm reading and learning from others who are just experts in the field, motivation is kind of this fake thing. And I'd really love to know who first kind of came up with this idea of motivation. But it really doesn't exist, I guess you could say. It's, if we look at our brain is just a series of, neurons and cells and electrical impulses. And so either they're firing correctly or they're not, so I guess you could say motivation is some kind of electrical impulse. But, how do you stay motivated, or how do you even get motivated, and do you spend your life waiting around for motivation? which we've learned doesn't happen. Like, you don't just magically get motivated. Some people wake up, they're like, oh my God, I'm so motivated today. Well, it probably was because you got plenty of sleep. That's what probably motivated you. Maybe you ate right, and your brain's working better. Or maybe you worked out with some friends and some things are just firing differently. But don't wait. Don't look for motivation, and never blame what you're doing on not having motivation. And realize that the action step, because that's what I'm really interested in, is how can we get people from knowledge to action, is that momentum creates motivation. So whenever you're feeling down, whenever you're feeling crappy, what I do is I like to find the smallest step that I can take that is just so small that you almost can't do it. Whether it's working out or whatever it is, maybe it's just putting on your shoes, so you put your shoes on and that maybe leads to other things. But once you start going, especially with a workout, I'll be like, okay, I'm just going to go up in the gym. I'm going to do 10 reps of something. Like, that's just so simple. That once you start going, then you get the motivation to go a little bit longer, and that's really what creates that. So, I hope that helps you, bro. I hope this helps like other people out there that are going through the same thing, maybe some kind of injury or setback or something that's kind of impeding them from their normal routine, right? Their normal programming, because it happens all the time. It happens to me. And you just sit back and say, okay, what can I do? This is just a hurdle. Don't allow it to put you back. I mean, there is a certain amount of sadness and of course being upset, but what can you learn from it and how can you move forward? Because that's, these things are always going to happen in our life. I doubt that it's just never going to happen again, that you're not going to be faced with a hurdle. And, we're defined really by how we get over those hurdles and sharing those stories. So hopefully this helps and you are able to move forward, find that motivation within yourself by creating momentum. And hopefully you feel better soon too, man. Get healed and back in the game. See ya.